The dream of seeing Pi Network hit $5 is far from dead. In fact, it may be closer than most people realize. While many have been losing faith, and search interest around Pi Network has dropped to almost nothing, a major event just happened that changes everything. A huge whale investor stepped in and bought a staggering 350 million Pi coins during the recent dip, a time when most small investors were panic selling and running for the exits. Now, I've been analyzing whale behavior in the crypto market for years, and I've seen this exact same story unfold before. It's almost identical to what happened right before Bitcoin skyrocketed from just $3,000 to nearly $70,000. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it often rhymes, and this rhyme is sounding pretty familiar. When retail investors lose hope, that's usually the moment when smart money quietly moves in and starts building positions. So, if you've been doubting Pi Network or questioning whether a $5 price target is even possible, I'm here to explain why it's not only possible but potentially closer than most expect. By the end of this video, you'll see why the $5 dream is backed by strong fundamentals, market psychology, and a set of catalysts that are already unfolding right now. Something that stood out to me recently is how much of the crypto media is ignoring what's happening with Pi Network. Instead of focusing on the bigger picture, they talk about price drops, panic selling, and short-term setbacks. But behind the scenes, things are moving in a direction that could completely shift the narrative. That massive 350 million Pi coin purchase wasn't just random, it was timed perfectly during the recent sell-off, showing clear confidence from a major investor. This isn't an accident. This is calculated, institutional-style positioning. And it's a classic sign that something bigger is brewing. While the average investor reacts emotionally to short-term moves, whales and professional players use those emotions to their advantage. They buy when fear is highest. And right now, that's exactly what we're witnessing with Pi Network. But that's not the only major development. Something that really caught my attention is Pi Network's launch of its very first developer hackathon. At first, I thought it might just be another small competition, but once I dug deeper, it became clear that this was much more than that. With a prize pool of over 160,000 Pi coins, worth around $60,000, the hackathon is designed to accelerate real-world applications across payments, gaming, decentralized finance, and more. Why does this matter so much? Because real-world utility is the missing piece for Pi Network. For months, I've been saying that Pi needed to show it's more than just hype, and this hackathon is the perfect way to prove it. Developers worldwide are now building practical applications that could give Pi true staying power and demonstrate to major exchanges why listing Pi makes sense. Binance, Coinbase, and other top exchanges want to see utility before they commit, and this event gives Pi the perfect opportunity to showcase that. Now let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. At its current trading level around 38 cents, Pi would need about a 13x growth to reach the $5 milestone. At first glance, that may sound unrealistic, but let's put it in perspective. I've tracked countless projects over the years, and many of them achieved even bigger multipliers in far less time when the right catalysts aligned. Pi has several powerful factors working in its favor right now: whale accumulation that's creating supply scarcity, a growing developer community from the hackathon, and the ongoing KYC process that continues to verify millions of new users. Put these together, and you start to see why $5 isn't just a pipe dream, it's a mathematical possibility. It won't happen overnight, but over the next few years, it could absolutely unfold. The biggest obstacle holding Pi back right now is the lack of listings on major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase. Without those, liquidity remains limited, and price discovery can't fully take off. But here's why that's about to change: exchange listing committees need proof of utility before they approve new coins. The hackathon provides exactly that proof. It's a chance to show working apps, active developers, and a growing ecosystem, everything exchanges look for before pulling the trigger. Combine that with whale accumulation, and the puzzle pieces start to fit together. It makes me believe we could be closer to a major exchange listing announcement than most people realize. My gut tells me that by the end of this year, we may hear something significant on that front. So what should serious Pi holders do right now? In my experience, the investors who succeed in crypto are the ones who think long-term, not those who panic during downturns. They use weak markets to build stronger positions. If you're holding Pi, the smartest thing you can do right now is stay informed about the hackathon's progress, watch whale movements closely, and remember that patience often pays off in crypto. I've seen this cycle before. When Bitcoin was written off as dead at $3,000, whales were loading up. When Ethereum was ignored under $100, smart investors were buying every dip. Both times, retail gave up, and both times, patient holders made life-changing gains. The same dynamic could be playing out with Pi right now. When I connect the dots, whales quietly stacking massive amounts of Pi, developers actively building new applications, and the potential for exchange listings on the horizon, it paints a very bullish picture. The $5 price target doesn't look far-fetched at all. In fact, it looks increasingly realistic once demand starts catching up with circulating supply. Of course, no investment is risk-free. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed. But when I weigh the potential upside against the risks, the ratio is very attractive. If Pi succeeds in hitting that $5 milestone, it could be one of the most rewarding moves in crypto history. And those who held strong through the doubt will be the ones celebrating. Right now, I believe we're in that calm before the storm phase where retail investors lose hope, but smart money quietly prepares. If this analysis has opened your eyes to Pi's hidden potential, make sure you smash that like button so more Pi pioneers can see this. Drop a comment below with your honest thoughts on whether $5 is achievable, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications on. Trust me, the coming months could bring some very exciting news. At the end of the day, the crypto market rewards those who can think independently and act decisively while others are paralyzed by fear. Pi Network is still in its early chapters, and the story is far from over. If you ask me, the best pages are yet to be written.